How's it going, YouTube? Oxy here, and welcome back. So, got some great news. I got into the beta for Evil Dead, the game. So, it's not the first one. There was one that happened previously on Xbox exclusively, which I thought was cool to hear about. And yeah, I couldn't get in, but they did it again, starting April 22nd, so Friday. I got in. I was able to get in, signed up. So I don't know if this is again just Xbox exclusive because the first one was. For all I know, it could be also on PlayStation. I don't know. But in all the games I got to play, I only saw Xbox because the game is crossplay. But icon wise, I only saw Xbox. I didn't see PC or PlayStation, so that might answer it. But yeah, I got in. So sadly, I can't show any footage. You do get the agreement that you have to, the terms you agree to, and it says, you will not show anything. And then, of course, in the main menu, when you're playing the game, it's, confidential, do not share, don't show. Now, I'm aware they've shown gameplay, with Bruce Campbell, a lot of influencers got to, shout out to Slash and Cast, cool to see. But other than that, I don't think you're really allowed to, unless us, the little guys. So for that, I can't really show anything, or I don't want to risk getting a copyright strike. But yeah, I can still talk about it. We could show previous trailers, that sort of thing. So I got to play it, and I guess first thing off the bat, is the game good? Is it fun? And I gotta say, yeah, it is. Thankfully, no, because I'll admit, I was worried. I was like, why are they taking so long to, show this stuff, The game literally comes out in, a couple weeks now? 2, 3, But no, thankfully, it's good. It's a lot of fun. Both sides, if you're the survivor or the demon, it's fun. And yeah, that was my biggest concern, is just, is this game gonna be boring? No, it's a lot of fun. Very I don't know how to say it. It just feels good. It feels good to swing a weapon, to shoot. And might I add, surprisingly, for how do I say it? Asymmetrical horror, right? A lot of these games are just the horror is you're being chased by a killer, essentially. But they're not really scary. Might I say that Evil Dead the game genuinely is not terrifying, but you're on edge. It is uneasy. And what I mean by that is so the sound design in this game is really good. You'll hear your character will be talking and you're walking into a building and the sound will become muffled, and yeah, you'll constantly hear noises cracking or voices in the background, and you'll think oh, is the demon near me, right? It's a dead eye near me. And man, the jump scares, the traps that the Kandarian demon can set, that's a jump scare. I'm not gonna lie, once or twice I genuinely jumped because I got hit by one. It's the game is actually uneasy. I'd say of all of the let's say asymmetrical horror games out there, this is definitely the most scary. Again, it's not oh shit your pants, no. But of all of these, Friday the 13th, the game, Dead by Daylight, this is genuinely the one that's the most okay, has the most attention to detail to actually bring out the horror, right? It's we forget these are horror games. This definitely is the one that feels most like it. So another great thing I could add, and I highly recommend, for any new player when the game finally comes out, do check out the tutorial. It's very well made, and it gets the basic points across. Obviously it's not going to teach you the game winning strats, but it shows you the ropes on both sides. It lets you know what you're doing, what you have to do. This is a healing item, and then you see the bar where that corresponds to you have your stamina, that sort of thing. And then as a demon, you're picking up infernal energy. Each action you do costs a certain amount, and then you get them. And you have to upgrade, constantly upgrade them to replenish faster or have a higher capacity. You get the idea. Yeah, on both sides, and that's the thing I like. There's separate tutorials for the Survivor and the Kandarian Demon. And one thing I can confirm, even though in the beta you can't play it, there is solo play. So there are missions. I would akin them to like Friday the 13th, the game, right? Like those Crystal Lake challenges. But, they're unavailable, but they're missions, so it's not like a story mode. At least I don't think so. But when you're playing, let's say, the main game, right, the 4v1, so you can play it, online, right? 5 players in total. You can play it, like you can play it like 4 players and then an AI demon, or you can play completely solo. So you're one survivor and everyone else is AI, which I was like, oh, thank you. Because that's one thing about these games. You have to remember, these games are multiplayer focused. So it's like in the future when the servers die or whatnot, or, the game isn't as popular and like it's harder to find matches, you can still play it. You can still enjoy the experience. And that's one thing, like, hats off to Saber, Boss Key Games, like, seriously, thank you. Like, that's one feature I'm always like, you guys need to have. Because, like, yeah, just out of, like, similar thing, Texas Chainsaw, the game that's coming, the Gun Media, they've been asked, like, Reddit, like, hey, are you guys going to have that in the future, right? Because these games, like, they don't last forever, right? Online games, that's the problem with it, is like it's finite in that sense. And they just said like, it's something we'll look into down the road. I think they'll get it, yeah. But to see a studio just outright out the gate offer that, because look, online gaming is like, it can be iffy, right? People aren't the nicest, that sort of thing. So if you're someone that just likes to play alone, that's available to you. Now, the one thing I did not see, you can't be a demon and then play against AI players. That I didn't see as an option. So, I guess that sucks. But, hey, maybe it'll come down the road. We'll see. But I got to play a couple matches, mainly as a survivor, and I did play a couple as the demon. And it's fun. As a survivors, admittedly, you do have to be more coordinated. It isn't just as simple as like, let's all go collect the pieces of the map, the Necronomicon, the dagger, and we'll win. No, it is like, if you're on your own, you can be singled out and killed off. So that was fun. I had a lot of fun with Ash. I mainly used the warrior class, so that was Army of Darkness Ash. And Scotty, I love Scotty. Honestly, a lot of fun. I got a sledgehammer and just got to work, and the game just feels good. Like, just swinging that thing and getting a finisher, like, it's really good. I mean, not much I can say. You loot, like a battle royale, surprisingly. And the maps are huge. Like, there are vehicles, and it is highly recommended you use them, like, to get around the map. Because there is, like, a 30-minute time limit to matches. Now, I've never had one that took that long. Maybe in a really close game that can happen. But, yeah. So it is, like, you definitely want to use cars to get around the map. And as a demon, so, not to brag. I mean, again, we're all new. But in my first game as a demon, I actually won. So, who did I use? I mean, come on. Who else was it going to be? Evil Ash, the Necromancer. He's a lot of fun. I will say, though, the killer, the demons, by far is harder. It is something that, again, I recommend that tutorial because you will be stomped. That happened to us in one game as a survivors. They were playing as a puppeteer. And again, we're just figuring things out. My team wasn't really cooperating. I mean, then again, I'm not going to act like I was like the best player. And yeah, we got killed off pretty quickly. But as Evil Ash, you have your ability where the flutist, and I believe he like summons more But essentially, early game, I was getting my shit kicked, to be honest. And, you know, this team was able to collect everything pretty quick. I did some damage to them, you know, hurt them. I possessed them, scare them, that sort of thing. But I was like, oh, you know, this is like a watch game. But that's why you don't give up. But when it got to the dark ones, the final step, you know, I just started setting up a bunch of portals around them, put my flutist down, so started like, you know, just more and more. And by the time they got there, I actually wiped them before they could kill the dark ones. I killed them all. Of course, you summon in your boss unit, you possess them. Like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Can I say that? Playing as the demon is fun. Like, you're zooming around the map, you're like, ooh, let me place a trap here. You know, you're picking up infernal energy. You're like, all right, I'll come in as my boss unit. And then you can leave the unit and possess one of them at the same time, keeping their fear up. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, sadly, again, I wish I could show it, guys. Like, it would have been really cool. But trust me when I say the game is looking good. It's definitely Left 4 Dead-y, you know, but not in a bad way. And yeah, I'm excited. I genuinely think this is going to give, you know, games like Dead by Daylight a run for their money, because the game is pretty. I played on an Xbox Series X, and it looks great. Now, again, being that it's on all generations, all platforms, right, like Xbox One, and like the graphics aren't like cutting edge, but they look good. Definitely, you know, it looks really good. But with that, guys, that's it. Evil Dead the game. If you had your doubts, believe me. And, you know, I guess you could say I'm biased because I'm a fan of the series, but genuinely, just strictly gameplay, it's a lot of fun. And, you know, I hope we get more content down the line, maybe new modes. Seriously, it's a lot of fun. I love it. And hey, guys, you're leaving out the remake. Where's Maria, or the lead from the remake? Like, let's add some of those characters in all Evil Dead, you know. And then when Evil Dead Rise comes out, I imagine you're gonna have a tie-in DLC, right? Some of the characters from that, who knows? But yeah, guys, Evil Dead the game, it's great. And be on the lookout for it May 13th, 2022, on a Friday the 13th, no less. But if you like this type of content, I make new videos every Tuesdays and Saturdays, on the dot, no excuses. And please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. It really helps the channel out, and I truly appreciate it. And as always, everyone, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care, and we'll see you next time.